I'll just talk behind you. You guys have been on a nice run, obviously, but you've also played some teams that didn't necessarily have the best records, and a lot of teams that are good or just missing a lot of guys. What do you hope to get from now these new challenges with the Grizzlies? Now the Nets are getting guys back to really kind of get a gauge at where you stand and test yourselves and kind of see where this progress is going from here.
Yeah, I feel like that gauging part, I feel like that's kind of over. I feel like we've established, who we are, what we're about, how we want to play, what we can do. And to your question, I'm just more excited about the level of competition we're going to face. Memphis playing extremely well, really tough team. Transition, they really get out. They're going to challenge us in many ways. They score a lot in the paint, so it's a big challenge. So from that point of view, it'll be good to go out there and play. But as far as us, I feel like with our group, we know what we're about. We know who we are. That identity is becoming more clear, and defensively is where we always want to set the tone. But yeah, I think looking down at this month, we're going to play a lot of really good teams, and I feel like it's just at the right time for us to continue to prepare to get ready for for that playoff push.
And with Memphis in particular, I'm not sure how much you've been able to watch him, but what stood out about the way Ja has played this season too?
Yeah, I mean, a big fan of his. Just so impressive how relentless he is, and how he's gotten better. Everybody, you see him getting to the basket, which is impressive, but also shooting the ball. He's shooting the ball pretty well from the three-point line, and just being very, aggressive, very free. Their team in general, they play the right way. They move the ball. Everybody seems to know their role. They're a very fun team to watch. So it's a big challenge for our group, but we feel like it's going to be good for us to play against them.
I know that that you guys aren't going to bring Jaylen back until he's ready, obviously, but just how, at this time of year, how much do you have to really watch out for players' health, and how better equipped are you guys to handle a loss like that, at least in the short term?
It's something that, we hope that when he feels ready to play and he's healthy, that he comes back. This is the time of year where everything, there's different levels in the NBA season, and after the All-Star break is when you start kind of ramping up, getting ready for, for the fun part of the season. So, you want to make sure that, that all your guys are healthy and they're going. And I know Jaylen really wants to get out here, but obviously, he has to take care of himself. And now it's an opportunity for some of our other guys, and in this case, Aaron, and to step up and to show kind of like he did yesterday with his energy defensively, setting a tone that he can play and that he can contribute. So in this situation, I feel like it's a great opportunity for him to get better, for our team to get better. So it's something that, that we have to figure out.
And Memphis is a really good second chance points team. I mean, just what do you see with them? Just how tough are they down low? They
just in the paint, that they're a team that's very active. It's the type of team that when we're playing defense, we can't leak out. Everybody has to get in there and rebound collectively, because they do a really good job of keeping the balls alive. They're scrappy, they're tough. So it's one of those things that there can't be no leak outs from our guys. We all have to stay in there, secure the ball, and then and they're hurting teams with that.
I feel like a big talking point since the stretch that you guys have been on is Rob's ability to kind of play a free safety defensively. What is it about you and the way you play that allows him to do that?
Well, I just think, it's just the ability to be able to guard the basketball. The rest of us, we're all switching for the most part. Marcus, Jason, myself, Jaylen, and Rob is kind of the, like you said, he's the safeties that protecting us in case of anything. And it's just our ability to be able to if we're on the ball, be able to defend, guard your own yard. And if not, if you're on the help side, also being able to provide help for whoever is on the ball. So it's something that we've continued to get better at. And we're very confident, with Rob, back there, because, if anything, he's always going to come in and save the day.
Have you ever played in a scheme like that before?
At times, we've done it before, not this much and not as consistent, but it's different, but it's something that's worked for our group. It's been very efficient. I think Coach Udoka talked about it earlier in the year, that's kind of how he wanted to do things. And it's obviously a big challenge, but we've been able to do it. And we feel like as the season has progressed, we've gotten better defensively. Now that second half was very encouraging. And we hope to be able to, put full games together like we were doing before the break, that I felt like we were able to dominate on that end.
Does it put more on your shoulders?
I think it puts more on all of us to play at that level and to have to play, that hard. But we understand that puts us in a position, to be in every game, in a position to have a chance to win. And this is the identity that we're creating with our group. This is who we are.
And then with Jaylen out, Ime said last night he felt like you guys were a little shell-shocked initially. How big is that loss? And mentally, how do you kind of come back from that?
Yeah, we definitely were taken back by it, and it took us probably till halftime to get it going. He does so much, for our group, and offensively, him and Jayson obviously lead the way. And when he was out, it was something that we kind of had to snap out of it. And Marcus in the locker room just told us at halftime, that we were going to win the game, that we needed to come out with a lot of energy. And we responded. We came out. Those first 6 minutes of the third were key. And from that point on, we just continued, to figure out a way to play, obviously, without Jaylen.
We haven't talked to you since you sat out the second leg of a back-to-back. Is that something you felt you needed? Is that something that they kind of wanted you to do? How did that process go?
It just kind of happened. I played a lot of minutes. I think it was the Detroit game, and we kind of felt like that was the right thing. Physically, I wasn't where I needed to be, but I don't expect much of that moving forward.
So you've played a lot of minutes lately. I think the last 4 games, it's like at least 32 minutes every game. How do you feel you are physically for the stretch run, and kind of what will you need to be when the playoffs come, everything like that, playing the minutes low that you are right now?
I feel fine. I'm not worried about it. If I need to play a lot of minutes, I'm fine with it. I'm, really taking care of myself, doing what I need to do. Our performance staff here is doing a great job, making sure that I'm ready to go for every game. And it's just something that we're working on constantly every day. So, it's part of the reason why this season I've been able to play and been playing at a high level and felt fine. So I'm not worried about it.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
John Corrales.
Hey, Al, you said earlier there are stages to the NBA season and you're getting ready for the fun part, which is something you've said before. We on the outside really tend to react to everything in the moment. that mentality that you just expressed, is that something that helped you carry through that early part of the season where you know that there are stages, like internally, are you guys looking at the season differently than what might have been portrayed on the outside?
Yes, I can speak for myself individually, and I think some of the guys have had some years that kind of see it that way. But you know, obviously, you want to win, you want to be in the best position that you can. But you know, at the beginning of the year, I was trying to figure out who we are, how we want to play, who we want to be. It takes time sometimes, and it's a lot of hard work, and it's, you know, just continuing to grind. And finally, when you start breaking through and you start finding how you want to play and you know, establishing your identity, it becomes fun. And then it's to the point that it's just you don't even think about it. You're just playing that way every day, and the results take care of itself. And now, you know, earlier in the year was kind of part of that grind. Now, obviously, it's it's exciting as well because we're playing a lot of good teams. The basketball, it's more intense. It's different because every team is starting to fight for positioning, trying to put themselves in the best position for the playoffs. And then, you know, it goes to that other level once the playoffs start. It's something that's exciting. This time of year is always exciting because I feel like it kind of bumps into with the college stuff like March Madness and all that. And you get to watch some of those games, and it's just like basketball wise, it's just a fun time to play this time of year.
Al, third quarter during your run, you hit a three. I think they called a timeout, and Jayson just literally screamed. I mean, he was like, ah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen him that enthusiastic with someone else making a basket? Is he being more of a vocal leader like that, like more encouraging like that? Because I hadn't seen much of that.
Yeah. So, man, Jayson's been, you know, for me personally, he's been huge all year, just in my ear, and giving me confidence constantly to, you know, be aggressive on offense, to keep shooting the ball through ups and downs for me. And he's been that voice that's been always encouraging me. And I think that, you know, for him in a moment like that, I mean, I was excited, but you could tell how excited he was and how much that fuels our team. You know, it's one of those things that he has taken a step forward in that regard. He is, you know, he is being more vocal. You know, he's letting us know what he's thinking, how he's feeling. And for me, it gives me a lot of confidence, encouraging, you know, to know that, you know, that he has my back, and he's really, you know, he's obviously, he's really trying to win. He's trying to, you know, do things the right way. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And that was a huge momentum shift. I felt like when that happened, and seeing him that excited, that engaged, you know, it's a good sign for our group.
Now, when you got to Atlanta, you were up and coming, and then you became one of the leaders, but you were a quiet guy. You were just kind of a lead by example. Did you have to become more vocal then because your status was raising? Did the younger guys begin to look at you and go, Al, what do you think we should do? Or were you kind of the same way?
Yeah, no, it's a similar process to that. I had to, you know, like you said, I came in, I was a certain way, but then I had to start, you know, I understood the impact that some things that I would say I would have on the group. And I think Jayson sees that. He understands, you know, that when he speaks and when he says something, it goes a long ways. Number one, because, you know, obviously we depend a lot on him, but also he is trying to, you know, we can see he's trying to win. He's trying to play the right way. He's playing good basketball. And anytime that, you know, that he says something, you know, we're all listening, we're all paying attention. And I feel like he feels more comfortable in those positions. He doesn't have to do it all the time, but when he does it, you know, we all listen and we pay attention.
Wrap it up right there. Thank you, Al.
Thank you. Thanks.